Hi, welcome to another of JV's OhBeer list reviews. Beer number 557. Let's get right down to business. What is the USA known for? Hamburgers, large Texas hats, the Buick, and really shitty beer. People are like, you want to go to America? What kind of beer do you want? Do you want a Bud Light or do you want a Budweiser? And they are served all over America, and lots of people drink them. Good for you. There's just, there's a lot more beer out there with more taste than that. So what's the classic American city that everyone thinks of? You got New York, got the Big Apple, Washington, D.C., capital of the United States. But then there's Detroit. Yeah. People like to think of Detroit as an American city. Hell, there's an international airport that has planes taking off for it all over the place. People are like, why am I stopping in Detroit? Well, yeah, they make cars there. It's the Motor City. Then they got some breweries located up in Detroit. Michigan's actually a state known for a lot of breweries. Detroit, not a city known for its breweries. And then there's some breweries that just don't know what the hell they're doing. And there's one of them located in Detroit. They make Motor City Ghettoblaster. Yeah. So you see this beer, and what's the first thing you really think about? Seriously, what's with the name? Yeah, it's the Motor City Brewery. You really have to name it Ghettoblaster? Come on. So you're thinking to yourself, yeah, this has some music going with it. That's right. Some good music. This beer is so good, you can hear it. That's what the logo says, too. This beer, you can hear. You can hear the beer? Really? Really? Beer you can hear? Beer you can hear? I thought you tasted beer. Where the hell's that music coming from anyway? So I don't know what I was expecting about a beer called Ghettoblaster that's made in Detroit. I don't know what the hell kind of beer was going to taste like. I thought like maybe something malty or something cheap, something like that. But no, the confusion gets even crazier. You know what kind of beer this is? English style mild ale. What the hell? English style mild ale? That means it's some sort of a weird beer. Here you go. These guys put it on the back right here. Tawny in color with a clean biscuit flavor. Clean biscuit? Seriously, where's that biscuit music coming from? A bitter English style ale? Shut that damn music up before I throw this kiwi at you! So, I don't know. I mean, this is going to be something kind of unique, I think. There's a lot of confusing things that are going on with this beer all at one time, and most of it's all on the front of the label. I mean, English ale, I didn't expect that out of the Motor City. I thought this was like supposed to be some sort of an American thing. No, apparently we're sipping tea and eating biscuits and crumpets. It says at the top, superior high-quality beer. Maximum freshness and delicious flavor. ... Naturally. ... Naturally? That's not something that gets 3 dots before. What the hell does that mean? I mean, that's almost a play on an Abbott and Costello joke, except the 3 dots are really fast there. These are like very easily spaced out, like dot, space, dot, space, dot. Naturally. So I haven't got a clue. It's unfiltered, it's unpasteurized, it's probably mean it's got crap all over the inside of it. The clean biscuit thing, I gotta be honest with you, the clean biscuit thing just straight up throws me off. I don't know what the hell biscuits are doing in a beer. Is that an English thing? Hey, anybody out there from England or the British Isles, can you put biscuits in your beer? So when beer is staring you down like this, what do you need? Yee, long bottle opener. Oh boy, let's figure out what this is gonna smell like. Hopefully it's not as polluted as Detroit. Had some smoke like there was in Detroit. Ugh. It smells like bread. Boy, the yeast is out of control in this one. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to listen to it? I hear popping. Let's call on our trusty friend, Jelly Jar. Ghetto blasting beer since 1997. Okay, pour. Now, I don't know what this is exactly going to look like, but let's find out. Oh, man. It's amber in color. Brown. Not a hell of a lot of fizz to it. The smell. Wow. I mean, that's just, I don't even know. Is that what a biscuit smells like? Is that a clean biscuit? I usually just get the Pillsbury Doughboy brand ones. The ones that pop when you get them out of the fridge. That smells like a nasty biscuit. I don't see any, like, crap at the bottom of it, so that's kind of a good sign. I was kind of thinking if it's unpasteurized and whatnot. So they're probably lying about that. They have to be. Come on, Ghettoblaster beer. Oh, this is a fine craft beer. This is sold in all the famous markets. Yeah, right. Okay, here goes the initial taste. Oh! What the? I mean, this was brewed in a muffler. It had to have been brewed in a muffler. That's awful. To me, this tastes like if you were to take bread and run it over with a car, and then pick up that bread, stuff it in someone else's muffler, then take it out and serve it for dinner. That's exactly what the taste is like. Okay, so that's terrible. Main taste. Yeah. It sits in your nose. It's up in the nose, it's in the back, and it's virtually done with. The main taste, it barely lasts. It's almost like there's no alcohol in this beer. How much alcohol is in this? 4.2%? That is a cheat. That is a freaking cheat right there. What do you make a beer 4.2%? Thanks a lot. 4.2%. Okay, here comes the aftertaste. Once you get past the bad biscuit. Oh, I'm sorry, a clean biscuit. The aftertaste is a little bit there. It's sort of like the aftertaste is sort of like that smell just after you leave a Subway. Like, you can just, there's maybe like a bread or something like that there. I don't know. This is just downright cheap and crappy. Okay, so let's start with the points. The bottle, yeah, biscuit, clean biscuit flavor. That's pretty classic. 3. I mean, on top of that, the name. Come on. I mean, you might as well have just called it the Jab. I mean, then there's the look. Yeah, there's not a lot of foam in this one right here. Other than that, there's really not that much wrong with it. 4. Then there's the smell. I mean, the smell is just... is that what a clean biscuit smells like? That's bad. 2. The initial taste is just... bleh, is what it is. It's disturbing. It's really terrible. It's got... There's no like smoke or anything like there, but it's very metallic, and on top of that, it's got some bread associated with it. Not a huge fan of it. 7 out of 25. The main taste, the only thing I actually kind of liked about the main taste, it wasn't that long. Like, it doesn't linger at all. Like, there's a couple minutes after I've been recording that part of it, and it doesn't really linger that long. So I'll give it a 10 out of 35. The aftertaste, I mean, it's there. It's kind of there. It's virtually non-existent, though. 7. 33 points for the Ghetto Blaster. Do not get this beer. I mean, don't even be tricked into it. Craft beer, my ass. English style mild ale. I want to give this to some English people and see if they would be fans of the Ghetto Blaster. And I want them to be like all prim and proper British folk, you know, right out of the snubby pub where they have their warm ales. It's an English ale. Then why the hell does it say keep refrigerated, huh? With that Budweiser, that Bud Light out there, yeah, I think I actually would prefer that over this. A thin layer of sediment at the bottom of each bottle? Really? Cheap knockoff beer. I knew it looked funny right from the first moment that this one friend of mine had decided to buy it. And this guy lives between Toledo and Detroit. And, you know, there's virtually nothing good between there. So this guy was like, oh, he found it in there that far away from Detroit. Gave it to me. I was just like, that's a pretty funny looking logo. Wait a minute. Biscuit beer? What is that? Yeah, now I know why. I've never really seen it before outside of Detroit, because I can't imagine who would buy this. This is JV with JV's OhBeer list. Cheers, and turn down that music.